Warning. The following is intended for mature audiences. It includes references to the use of illicit substances as well as crude humor. Listener discretion is advised. Don't be a menace, you crazy warlocks. I'm Zach Nanimus.
I'm Jeremy.
And today is the first day of our big Knights of Wind campaign to take over Warlocks in its entirety. That's right. You thought it was just a coincidence that we invited Jeremy on the Warlock show. But no, that was a delicate bit of subterfuge. And soon we will be all that exists in the Houston Nerd Casting Collective. I'm looking at you, Dashing Jay. No, but today we're filming off location, and we got Jeremy here today. So, that's fun. Tonight we're going to be talking a little bit...
Can you wait for me to get my finger out of my ear?
Tonight, we're going to be talking a little bit about Netflix. And not only that it likes to reinvigorate series, but it likes to continue really good series. But first, we are going to be, for the first time in a long time, finally getting to at least one of the questions of the week. So here we are. This week's question of the week is, name 3 sequels that are better than the original.
Okay. I'm gonna have to say that The Dark Knight is better than Batman Begins.
Yes. The interesting thing about, the first one was good, but the second one was like a full-on psychological thriller.
Yep.
Wrapped up in a Batman plot, you know?
Yeah, I thought it was really, really, really good.
It was surprising and scary, and... Yeah, you know, that's probably the most recent movie to scare me.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially the pencil scene.
You know, it's funny that you mentioned the pencil scene, because that's the one scene where I could, give the least amount of crap about.
Really?
You know what I mean? I think it's dumb. First of all, if you get a pencil that's sharp enough to stab into something, it also means that the tip is going to be very, very brittle. So if you try to stab it into a table, you're just going to powderize the tip.
He didn't stab it into the table. He balanced it on the table.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
You can actually watch him do it. He's very careful about getting it just balanced because it's not sharpened.
Okay, so let's say even if you did get it balanced.
Okay.
The likelihood of it staying balanced, well, you grab someone else's head, the head of a man who's much larger than you are.
Yes.
And slam it down on the table right into the eye socket, it's not going to happen.
You don't think so?
No.
Oh. Why? I don't know much about the anatomy of your eye socket.
Well, first of all, it's like a 1 in a million shot that you really can't aim.
Oh, you're talking about the plausibility of him, actually doing it.
Right.
No.
Or actually the eraser end of a pencil going all the way through your eye socket and into your brain and killing you. It's dumb.
It may not have killed him. It may just have knocked him out.
No.
Also, he could have been practicing at home. Maybe that's why Harley Quinn's not in the movie.
I thought that was the stupid part.
Okay.
But other than that, it was a great movie. Number 2 choice, I would have to say that The Empire Strikes Back is definitely better than Star Wars: A New Hope.
Sure.
Suck it. Anybody that disagrees with me.
No one disagrees with you.
Okay, good. I mean, I really like A New Hope. I think it's a really good movie. I think it was really good for establishing, all the principal characters from the original trilogy. Mm-hmm. But, it's been proven with Episode 7 that the further you get George Lucas away from Star Wars, the better that Star Wars is going to be. And that's what happened.
When I was a kid, A New Hope, we watched Star Wars a lot.
Yeah.
Because Spike TV, when it first showed up, showed a lot of Star Wars. At least once a month, they would show the entire trilogy.
Spike TV a thing when we were that age?
Yeah. Or it may have even been FX. But it was on... there was a brief period of time where it was on TV a lot. A couple of years. And I remember that when it would come on, I'd watch it, but... A New Hope always felt like a formality.
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, my favorite was always Return of the Jedi.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
I don't think it's better than Empire Strikes Back.
No, it's definitely like a sequel, where it's like, oh, look, we've got all the characters back, and oh, now Luke's got a brand new costume, and everything's edgier, and better special effects. Boom, 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 boom. You know?
Okay, so third pick.
Fern Gully 2. The second to last rainforest.
We go with Home Alone 5.
Yeah.
No. Okay,
Home Alone 5 is just Macaulay Culkin grown up, and just no one comes over anymore.
it's a documentary. All right, so my third pick is going to have to be Aliens.
Yeah?
I liked it better than Alien. I think just for the fact that it's an action movie. You know, the first one is, I guess it's a horror film.
It is. It's supposed to be scary.
Yeah,
That was its intention. I only saw it recently.
yeah,
And I've never seen Aliens.
But I'm telling you, if you were like 14 years old in 1978, and then you went and saw that, it'd scare the crap out of you more than likely.
Maybe in the movies.
We're just jaded by special effects and
no,
other
that's
things
not
like
it.
that.
There's a terrifying part in Alien.
It's just Sigourney Weaver's.
Sigourney Weaver.
It's Sigourney Weaver's awkward panty scene.
Yeah. I'm really I'm not being pervy. Warning: the following is intended for mature audiences. It includes references to the use of illicit substances as well as crude humor. Listener discretion is advised. What are you doing? Why aren't you in the frame?
I'm drinking a product from a company that hasn't endorsed us. Okay, so
No, not to be a creep or anything, but I really want to know the backstory behind it because they're so weird and so out of place to the rest of the movie, and so clearly exploitation that it seems like a joke. It's like a joke that they put in.
the cut of the undergarment.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, just the design and the cut of fabric is such an awkward looking thing to me. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what panties are supposed to look like in the future or what
Well, actually,
modern...
you do because John Hurt is wearing like a onesie, so you know that they have better underwear.
I don't know what was stylish at that point. I think that was 1978, wasn't it, when Alien came out?
I think you're right.
We'll probably have to put a little correction right here. But I believe it was 1978, so I don't know what the modern popular cut of women's panty would be at the time. But anyway...
That's such a suggestive word. Stop saying it.
Panty?
Yes.
So Aliens is a straight up action flick. I mean, they send space marines with these ridiculously over the top, like mega OP weapons, to go and investigate what happened to this human colony, and they just wind up whooping alien ass. I mean, just mopping the floor with them.
So it turns out that the perfect organism isn't anything compared to all right technology.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, a shark or a great white shark is an apex predator.
Yeah.
But he's not going to stand up very long to a Browning 50 cal machine gun.
But the thing is, we like to talk about the shark being the apex predator in his environment.
Yeah.
Except for man.
Right.
We eat a lot more fish right out of his backyard.
Well, you know what? Space isn't our environment either. So, so take that Xeno monster, whatever the crap it is. Anyway,
I believe it's an anamorph. They call it an anamorph.
that's delicious.
That's a delicious beverage product.
That is a deliverance.
What I like to do is this right here. I like to do that. Clink.
We're drinking
Straight pepper.
Pepe.
Pepe. Cools you to the core.
Come get your Diet Pepe. Yeah, I think those would be my three top picks.
First, whenever people bring up sequels, I love to bring up this one. I doubt you're a fan of these movies because I know you don't like Johnny Depp. But I really like Pirates of the Caribbean 2. And I do find it to be a superior film to the first one. Everything just seemed grander. Things were easier to follow, and there was a little less heart to it because I didn't care about the love story at all. So it was much more about swashbuckling and interesting action.
Okay.
Like the scene where they're fighting inside a water wheel. You've never seen the movie, have you?
I haven't seen any of them, and truth be told, before episode 7 came out, It's been a long time since I've seen a Disney flick.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
You didn't see Toy Story 3?
No.
That's a good movie.
Okay.
It's not going to make my list because I'm kind of focusing on direct sequels.
Yeah.
And I didn't like Toy Story 2. Nevertheless, that was my first one. Okay. Second one. Oh, Iron Man 2. I really enjoyed Iron Man 2, and I felt it to be superior to Iron Man 1. A lot of people thought that the plots were like Ivan Vankov, forgot his name already.
Whiplash?
Whiplash.
Yeah.
Whiplash didn't need to be in it. That he was kind of tacked on, and that everything was kind of strange about it with like the press releases and stuff like that. I found it all very interesting.
Okay.
I really liked the action in the movie. I liked that they were fighting on a racetrack. I liked that he had an Iron Man. He had like a Iron Man light in his briefcase that like built around him and stuff like that. I like that they spoke a little bit more about technology, since he was actually, had an opportunity to speak with somebody who's on his level that also makes Iron Man suits. And I loved the fact that Hammer Tech came out with a drone for the four main branches of the armed forces. I thought that was really cool, and I love the whole setup. I love how they're all unique and have different things going on with them. If it was the army that had a howitzer on it, the 50 cal on it, not a howitzer, but a 50 cal machine gun.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I think the army one could actually sit down and it could put its feet became a grapple for the ground, and there's 3. My third one.
Batman versus Superman: Dawn of Justice.
Is that a sequel to something?
I think it is.
Sequel to Man of Steel?
I think it is Man of Steel 2.
So that's Man of Steel 2, Batman vs. Superman, The Dawn of Justice, or Justice League 0.
Justice League Year 1.
Justice League Euro. Delicious Euro on pita bread.
You know what? Besides a turd, I don't know what else that movie is.
I thought you were going to say, besides a turd, I don't know what I want on my Euro.
Yeah.
And finally, my third entry in my sequels that were better than the original. Turbo, a Power Rangers movie.
What?
Both those movies are crap. But you got to admit, the one with the cars in it, where the cars become the Megazord, that is a better movie.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Sorry. I don't know what to tell you. I'll just have to take your word for it.
Things make a lot more sense. The cast, the villain is more entertaining. Not only is it like Ivan Ooze had his charm, but this is like a lady, and she's got like an aquatic theme going on. She's putting bombs everywhere. They got cars to drive around in. They got a kid to relate to the audience who becomes the new Power Ranger. There's a little bit of growth with the original. Who did he become? The Red Ranger. It's the Blue Ranger. He has to give up his spot as one of the Power Rangers to this kid, so that he has a little bit of development after he suffers a crippling injury in a martial arts tournament. It had so much meat to it.
Wait, a Power Ranger got hurt in a martial arts tournament?
He wasn't morphed at the time.
Oh God.
But yeah, Turbo, a Power Rangers movie, is a slightly more palatable piece of crap than Power Rangers the movie. Speaking of sequels, there is something that's kind of getting a sequel, if you can say the second season of something is a sequel. And that's Stranger Things!
Oh, yes.
Stranger Things is something that we haven't talked about on the Warpod because Jonny never saw it. In case any of you missed it, Stranger Things is a direct-to-Netflix exclusive show that harkens back to anthology series such as Incredible Stories, or what's the one that used to have a comic book?
Had a comic book?
Yeah.
Creepshow.
Yeah, anthology movie. It harkens back specifically to the anthology movies for me, like Creepshow and Incredible Stories and stuff like that. Not only because stylistically, as far as the promotional artwork, the intro, everything about it feels like those movies, but even the one guy who plays the lead doctor, I can never remember his name. He's in Incredible Stories. He's like an old '80s actor.
Yeah.
And everything about it is just a lot of fun. And as a result, people rated it highly. They obviously have analytical tools to tell you how often people watch these things. And so they said, hey, we'll be able to maintain our subscriptions by putting out more quality stuff.
That's supply and demand. I thought Stranger Things was like if you took Stand By Me, and E.T.
I've never seen Stand By Me.
You're dumb. So if you put
what is it?
If you put all three of those in a blender together, then you get Stranger Things. Anyway, and it was awesome. So what we know about Stranger Things season 2 so far. Season 2 will have 9 episodes instead of 8. It will take place a year after the events of season 1. And it is not confirmed yet whether the cast of season 1 is coming back. There seems to be, almost like a new trend of shows being seasonably episodic.
Yes.
So really the first time I noticed this was True Detective.
Never watched that show.
Okay. Again, you're dumb. So check out True Detective. It's really good. This one may be seasonally episodic as well. And I believe that the upcoming Star Trek show for 2017 is going to be seasonally episodic as well.
With Stranger Things, I really hope it is. They seem to be very specific about a timeline, so maybe they just haven't confirmed everybody yet, and that's why they're doing it. Because why would it be such a selling point for it to be 1 year later? If it didn't matter if it were 1 year later, it could have been 2 years before. It could have been the exact same time. If it were episodic. I feel like they're not going to do that, which unfortunately I really, really want them to do. I want them because one of the reasons I really enjoyed Stranger Things was that everything was on the line. One of the first things that happens is you lose one of the core characters. He's there very briefly, but what was his name? Jamie?
No, Will.
Will. Yeah, Will is lost at the beginning of the show, and he's in the rest of the show because we live in the internet age.
Let me stop you right there. The only person that you need to explain this to is Jonny, because everyone else in the whole world has seen Stranger Things.
Yeah. So we lose. Right, I get that, but we lose Will, and then we start losing other people left and right.
Yeah.
They didn't care because they weren't getting ready for a sequel. You know what I mean? And I think that to have the same punch, they might have to do the same thing. If we bring back Elle, and now that she's got a little bit more notoriety, she's a very popular character, there will be no chance that they kill her off. Because what would they do for season 3?
I don't know. I hope that the original cast doesn't come back.
Yes.
For season 2. I want to see something different, and I want to see something original that is of quality. Tell me a new story, storyteller.
On that note, I really don't want Star Trek to be an anthology series.
Okay.
Yeah, I want them to just get a new crew and, start doing what Star Trek does best, and that's series.
And that is make lazy holodeck episodes.
First off, some of those holodeck episodes are really cool.
Okay.
Like the one where he's got a...
You pronounce stupid really weird. It's like you said cool or something. I don't know. But I hate holodeck episodes.
Okay. You need to revisit Ship in a Bottle. That's a very good holodeck episode.
From what season?
Next Generation season 4, I want to say?
No. I'm not going back there. I was there already once. So,
no,
all right.
What I think Star Trek does best is interesting thought experiments that lead to character development over time. I think that's where Star Trek really shines. Lately, it's become more of a Star Wars light kind of thing, where it's all about zip, zap, zap, and I'm gonna blow up Khan again, and we're gonna go into the outer space at warp speed, and that kind of thing. But Star Trek was always had kind of a slower pace. It was always more science fiction, not science fiction.
Yeah.
If there's an appreciable difference there.
I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll just have to see what happens. There's lots of people out there.
I refuse. I am going to go into the internet and figure everything out there is to know about this show ahead of time, and then I'll be able to enjoy it.
Well, we're just gonna have to trust that those people that make a whole lot more money than, you and I are going to make the right decisions with the properties that we've grown to love.
I mean, like with Metal Gear Survive?
Yeah, exactly like the Metal Gear Survive, which is something that Metal Gear isn't going to do now that Hideo's gone.
His new game is setting up to be pretty weird too.
Yeah, we'll see.
I think it's kind of one of those. It's kind of one of those George Lucas things, where like he's so popular now,
He can do no wrong.
Yeah.
Too big to fail.
and so they're
Yeah.
just going to give him all the freedom. Make the most Hideo Kojima game you can.
Yeah, well, we need to gather some more facts about Metal Gear Survive before we really go into how big of a turd it's going to be, because it's going to be. But let's figure out just what flavor a turd it is. Is it, have we been eating roughage and drinking a lot of water over the past week, or has it been like, Bud Light and beef jerky?
I'm thinking had a snow cone, so now it's a slightly odd color. And on that note, I think it's time to say goodbye, everybody.